Yeah, I think so. Although
A quick break for the local Trump campaign in a suburb of Orlando, Florida, with cake to celebrate Donald Trump's recent 73rd birthday.
Here's to the president.
The volunteers focus on outreach, aiming to secure votes for Trump's second term.
Hey, I'm calling to inform you about the Trump 2020 rally.
Seminole County Republican Party Chairman Linda Trocine leads the team.
that frosting's so good.
She supports the president's economic and immigration policies, but says her passion extends beyond conservative values.
He's the most pro-American president we've had since Ronald Reagan.
Love of country is a recurring theme for Trump supporters.
Oh my gosh, have you ever seen a president walk across a stage and hug the flag? Oh my gosh. I mean, that really says something to me. That's something that my father instilled in me as a child, very, very young. 4th of July, putting up the buntings, putting up the flag.
We give more than any other country, than all other countries, to the poverty around the world. And for anyone to think that America needs to change, I have a problem with that.
Observers say Trump is a master at tapping into this nationalism to motivate his base.
There's one way to be an American. Perhaps part of the message is there's one way to look American. There's one way to think as an American. And it's a very rigid notion of nationalism, which is a little unusual in a country that's seen as much diversity and changes in demography as we have.
You know, if we have about 3 or 4 empty seats, the fake news will say headlines. He didn't fill up the arena.
Trump's base shares his contempt for the media and cheers his controversial tweets.
He's a master of getting his message out and reminding people why he's there. He's there for us.
Keep America great.
There is this sort of narrative right now that his base is persecuted in a way that only he understands. The implication of that narrative is he's the only person who can protect their interests, and nobody even has to really talk about what those interests are, right? Because he understands so deeply what it is that he's fighting for on their behalf.
Trump lost the popular vote, but won under America's electoral college system. His approval rating is in the mid-40s, something his base refuses to believe, including Maureen Bailey, who lined up 40 hours ahead of Trump's rally.
Do you think that people would be here since 2:30 in the morning if those polls were correct?
While Trump retains 89% support from Republicans, a second term may depend on Democrats.
There are two ways the Democrats could re-elect Donald Trump. The first is to nominate some far left-winger or some very unpopular person who could not unite the non-Trump majority of the country. And the other way is to impeach Donald Trump and turn him into a victim.
Making it entirely plausible that Trump wins in 2020, particularly if the economy stays strong. Patsy Widakuswara, VOA News at the White House.